in idea development, first you have to choose your interest area. Example, energy, sustainability, education, mobile technology, or lifestyle, consumer. First, you have to think of what particular interest that will fit you. Like, for example, health and wellness. So, since we are nurses, we have to deal with making people healthy and achieve optimum health level. No? In our case, we are talking about our course, nutrition and diet therapy. We have to focus specifically on food. So what kind of product do we have to offer to be able to address the need, no, of our client for them to become healthy or well, no? Next, finding opportunities. So listen to your target customers, watch competitors, assess barriers to customer, and determine what other customers will adapt. So first you have to study not only your customer, but you have to study your competitors as well. So what make them successful? So in that you have to benchmark, no? You have to learn what does it takes for them to become very appealing in the market, no? If you need to do SWOT analysis, you can probably do it, no? So number 3, turn opportunities into ideas. For you to be able to come up with the good idea, you have to start with knowing a certain problems, no? By stating the problem, no? How might we? And then followed by interesting trends or what is trending nowadays in the market, no? During pandemic, ano ba yung kauna-unahang importanteng kinokonsume ng mga tao, no? So we talk about essentials, pagkain, no? Yung mga bagay na talagang pang-araw-araw nilang ginagamit, no? And then you have to find the need or the gap, no? Look for needs or gaps, and this might probably help you know what particular product you're going to develop or you're going to offer to the market. And then the idea will now flourish. It will now be developed, a preliminary idea on how to solve the needs and fill in the gap for you to be able to take advantage of the trend. So these are connected and interrelated in developing ideas. So in doing SWOT analysis, you might probably identify your strengths, your possible weakness, and your opportunities, as well as the threats, no? Then try to make this weakness strengths for you to be able to identify and to know how are you going to be different from other competitors, no? And then make this threat as your opportunities for you to become successful in the market you have chosen. Next, filter ideas, no? Our tool for filtering is to check the items roughly against fit and potential, no? Fit, how excited you would be to work on it on a scale of 1 to 10. And then potential, would you be solving a real need that customers are craving on a scale of 1 to 10? So that means that you have to be able to screen, no? What is the most important one and what have to be the solution of a certain problem or a certain gap that you have to fill in. So in filtering ideas, in developing products or idea, no, you have to do your marketing strategies, no? Like for example, you have to be able to identify your position statement, your objectives in putting up a product. Like for example, if you are thinking of a product that will probably be a beverage, like just what you have seen in the screen, a turmeric tea, which will serve as a tea or a drink that will nourish the consumer, no, and will give health benefits, I could say, no, which contains ingredients that are natural and organic, no. So you have to know your product, you have to know your strategy, how you are you going to promote your product. So these are ideas that you have to filter. And then know your customer. So do market research, no? So the right market research method must be chosen based on what you are trying to discover. And then at this stage in the process, you are still trying to ensure you understand the biggest frustration of the customers. So try to satisfy what the customer wants, no? You can also do interviews or observations for you to be able to have a first-hand accounts of the real needs or frustration of the customer. In that particular situation, you can probably identify at least important information that will help you arrive or develop a product. There are other methods, but to simplify, the author choose those for its applicability. So meaning, customer are always been our priority in making our product, no? So what will be the one that will best fit the market? So in offering our product, imagine if you can offer your nutritious product to the public, you need to create value to your product. So it is something that has to be important, has to be essential. How do we profit from food and beverage industry? Just add this step after you have made your dietary translation or meal plan. So in making your step, you have to create an assembly. An assembly, in simple term, is a table of ingredients with specification and costing and volume needed to produce a product. So simple rules in doing the assembly: get the price or costing of the ingredients. If solid in form, get the price in kilogram. Or if liquid in form, you have to get the price in ml. Then get the price per quantity needed to produce your food product. So example of the costing or your particular recipe, for example, the coffee and the milk, then you have to identify the price in kilogram, the price in gram, the price in ml, and then you have to summarize the total. Then how much does a cappuccino cost in a coffee shop? As an example, no? So based on competitors' price, it ranges from 130 to 160 pesos. Then if you're going to deduct your actual cost to the competitor's price, then you can probably reach a profit of 113 pesos. This is your gain, no? So industry standards for food and beverage, at least 25 to 26% margin of profit. So this is an example of the costing for food recipe. And then you may probably download a template via this link or URL. So take note that never price your food too low. Consider your concept or your ambience, etc. If your product is expensive, then find out what specific ingredients in your assembly that makes your product more affordable. Then you have to modify and think of a possible way on how to make your product more marketable. So this is in relation to your next activity, no? The food costing, no? Or the cost of the product per standard retail price. If food costs yielded to 0.45 or 45%, then your product will not give you a good profit. So it should be lower than 45%, no? For you to achieve good profit. Now, count all your daily and monthly sales and expenses to determine your profits. Now, this is an example on how to calculate food cost percentage, no? The food cost percentage equals the food cost divided by the food sales times 100. So, take this as an example. 1.20 over 5 is equal to 0.24 or 24% if you multiply it with 100. So the food cost percentage is 24%. So that means it's lower than the 45%, which is said to be not profitable. So this means that if you get at least 24%, then the more profit that you can get from your product. So the lower the percentage, the more profit or profitable you can get from your product in terms of food costs. So you also think of logistics and supplies, no? Consider where to get your supplies. You have to have a stable supplier, no? Because you cannot always tell your client that your product is always out of stock. The cheaper with the greater quality of ingredients, the better. So always think of quality and think of those customers that are actually attracted with quality and the product that has to offer. Then rule of thumb, have at least 3 suppliers in case your chosen main supplier falls short, no? So para hindi ka palaging out of stock. Palaging dapat may supply. So with that, I'd like to thank you for joining me, listening to my discussion, and I hope you'll be able to find time in thinking of a possibility that you can probably earn money with being a nurse entrepreneur. Remember, you have to succeed in doing all your things that will make you more innovative, things that will make you more productive in terms of how to gain additional money or income, no? So always remember that you have to do these 3 Ds, no? Discipline, determination, and dedication. And with that, you can never go wrong. So again, thank you for listening.